Welcome to the WTOC First Alert Weather Show, sponsored by Ogeechee Heating and Air.
Well, we start with video out of Effingham County where flurries are falling. We're starting to see it really across the region. We'd like to thank you all for joining us for this update at the top of the hour at 3 o'clock here on WTOC Plus and the WTOC Facebook page. It's part of our continuing coverage that we've been doing throughout the day on Facebook and online. If you have any questions for our meteorologist, Dylan Smith, you can always leave those in the Facebook comments. I'll be monitoring them. But we're going to get straight into your forecast now, Dylan, because as you just said, we're starting to see snow even outside here at WTOC. What's the latest? What are we tracking right now?
Well, we are still tracking that same system that's pushing its way into the region right now. And I've been tracking rain converting into snow as it's pushing closer to the coast because we've got a lot of that cooler air that's coming in. And not just this first band, but you can see that second band up towards Macon. That's what's going to be coming in behind this one. So right now, pretty much look at the heaviest snowfall up towards Swainsboro, parts towards Statesboro, and working its way into Effingham County. And then it'll be here in Savannah before you know it, probably within the next half hour to full hour at the latest. I already was outside a few minutes ago, and we had a little bit of sleet. Okay. That's a good sign that we're getting closer to that pure snow, and probably going to be seeing some heavier flakes working their way in, along with some gusty winds. Still tracking wind speeds up to 29 miles per hour right now in Savannah. So visibility is going to be very hard on those roadways as some of these heavier bands come through. Plus, it's putting our feels-like condition back down in the teens to 20s for a lot of the area. Still, regardless, you can see a little bit of that frozen mixture out at the airport. We'll look for the highest rain chances, or accumulation chances, I guess you could say in this case, not rain, but as we get closer to 7, then it decreases as we go into this evening. And pretty much showing you what this looks like. Scattered bands, one of the big things we're looking at, if you look up I-16 right here, you can see that heavier purple area. And some models are indicating this. We could see a few spots with some heavier snow bands, and those are the uncertainty amounts, where we put 1 to 2 plus inches. That is that plus that we were talking about a little bit. So isolated amounts could be higher for some areas that get caught in those. They're going to push out as we head into this evening, only isolated through probably about midnight. And then it's the cold air that comes through. And that's what's going to keep it a first alert weather day as we go into tomorrow. So still right now, still lining up with what we were looking at. Dusting for anywhere around the Altamaha River up towards right around the Pembroke areas just south of I-16. And anywhere from there north, 1 to 2 plus inches, that 2 plus, the farther north you are, or if you get caught in one of those heavier snow bands. And whatever we don't see in terms of snow tomorrow is going to be a little bit of a layering of ice underneath that, because we started this event out with some rain, so that's still going to be out there. Could be some slick spots in the morning. Travel concerns are going to be out there, so make sure you're using extra caution. But it's not going to be a good time to be outdoors. If you don't have to be outside tomorrow, it's not recommended. Starting temperatures in the mid to upper teens or lower 20s. And when you add in those wind speeds, it's going to feel like it's in the single digits. Yes, I've felt this a little bit cooler than this one time before, and there's nothing like it. It's not recommended for anyone. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
I was about to say, when I moved here from Idaho, one of the things I was looking forward to was never experiencing this again. And I know we're kind of in a really historic time, because Jamie was telling me yesterday evening the last time that Savannah saw snow in back-to-back years was over a century ago. It was like 1917. So this truly is historic.
This could be historic, yes, without a doubt. And we're definitely going to see some record lows as we go into tomorrow with those teens out there. Still, make sure you're focused on your pets, plants, and pipes as we head into this evening. Also, make sure if you can't bring them fully indoors, just get them out of the elements, give them some extra food. And also make sure that you're opening up the cabinets so that you can keep some of that warm air flowing around those pipes. But regardless, tomorrow it's going to be a breezy but sunny day with very cold conditions. Not going to feel like it gets out of the mid-20s, even though we'll be looking at pretty much upper 30s to lower 40s across the area. And this is going to be crucial. Help out with some of that melting, but the key to everything is as we head into tomorrow evening, anything that has melted and not completely evaporated to a dry level could refreeze as we go into the overnight. So secondary roads, especially in some of our inland counties going into Monday, could have some issues. So that's one of the things that we're talking about, and that's why we still kept Monday a first alert weather day for that and for the temperatures. Then we should see warmer weather before another front brings some rain through as we head into the middle of the week.
All right, and I do want to go out. We're going to show you this off the top of the show. We do have I apologize. The camera just went down. I'm going to go to our Facebook comments and talk about some of the places where the folks are saying they're seeing snow. Snowing in Statesboro, snowing in Springfield, in Sylvania, Brooklyn. Where else? Metter, Pooler, Jessup. So we're getting snow all over the place. Here's that camera feed we were talking about. This is, it's whipping around a little bit. I apologize for that. This is Hardeeville in Jasper County. You can see some of that snow falling right now. Those are our crews just getting some footage as well. But you can see those flurries. They're not really sticking, Dylan, but it's coming down, and it looks like it's really coming down in a lot of places across the coastal empire and low country. Where else? Susie says Guyton snowing. Sandra says Metter.
Pull up my graphics, and we can at least show what we're seeing out there while we talk about some of these places.
Yeah, so I mean, you can just see where it's moving in now, and I appreciate all the Facebook comments coming in. Again, we do have crews heading out to a bunch of different areas: Rankin, Guyton.
With what you're seeing
Midway.
here, it's those lighter gray colors, the grayness, the darker ones. Those are where you're seeing the lighter snow. Where you're seeing the lighter colors, like the white up towards Swainsboro areas north of I-16. That's where those heavier bands are starting to form right now, and that's one of the big things that we're starting to track as we go into the rest of this evening. So we'll definitely keep you focused on that and let you know what we're seeing when it comes to there.
Absolutely, and wanted to remind everyone that we are in expanded coverage in. For the snow day here on WTOC. We've been doing these hourly updates on Facebook and on WTOC+. Once we start the news at 4, we're going to go into continuing coverage for really as long as we're tracking the snowfall. We have crews out right now. As I continue to look at the Facebook comments, folks talking about Glenville and Somerton. So we're seeing things all over the place, and we've already seen snow move through parts of middle Georgia, north Georgia. We wanted to take you out to downtown Lexington, actually in South Carolina, where people have been getting out and enjoying the snowy weather.
There you go.
Our State House reporter, Stephen Biddix, caught up with a family that actually drove from Florida to enjoy some of the snow. Take a look at this story.
Been falling for the last few hours now. You can see here on the ground that we don't have quite an inch or so of accumulation. Appears to be more about half an inch or so, but the playground here at Virginia Hilton Park, where the snow is sticking a bit better to the playground surface, and we caught up with a family that drove up from Jacksonville, Florida, just for this snowstorm. They said in Jacksonville they're used to nice beaches, sand, water, going surfing, boogie boarding, but they never get to see the snow or show their kids the snow. Here's what they had to say about coming up to Lexington.
Yeah, well, when we found there was a winter storm coming, these guys are always begging me to see snow. We see the beach and the sand all the time, and that's kind of normal for us, but seeing snow is not as normal. And when I found out it was going to be close by, only 4-hour drive, we got a hotel room last night, and just to come up here to see it.
To check road closures in this area, Lexington County has a new dashboard on their website that actively shows when roads are being closed or being reopened. Reporting in Lexington, I'm Stephen Biddix.
All right, well, we want to take you back out to Hardeeville in Jasper County, where you can see those flurries falling a little harder. Fortunately, it's not sticking right now. We do want to mention, though, that this is more of the powdery snow and not the slushy snow, and we are expecting some pretty major wind gusts, as Dylan talked about a few minutes ago. And because of that, when this starts falling and blowing around, it really can impact visibility. And one of the areas that really saw that this morning especially was middle and north Georgia. Take a look at this video where snow created dangerous driving conditions. This is video out of Forsyth County, Georgia, where some roads were just blanketed in snow. Now, crews have been working to clear the roads, but Mother Nature, as you can see, isn't quite done yet. You can see these cameras which captured a car trying to make it up a hilly roadway, only to start sliding back down. Several agencies across middle and north Georgia are advising everyone to stay off the roads if you don't need to step out. And because of the snow heading our way, drivers are being urged to stay off the roads or at least be very careful if you do have to go out and drive. The best practices for winter weather start before any snow or sleet start falling. You'll want to use good judgment when hitting the road and make sure you have good tires. The tread on your tires should be visible and not smooth. Once you're on the road, you'll want to go slower than normal. Another tip is to keep a good distance between other cars. It's recommended about a 6 to 8 second stopping distance. And if you do find yourself sliding on ice, you'll want to hold the car steady, don't press the brakes, and don't panic. Again, in our area, at least right now, the snow isn't sticking, but we are expecting temperatures to dip, which could create issues this evening, tonight, if you do plan on driving. And because temperatures aren't leaving freezing, those dangerous conditions, potential for ice, especially on bridges, which freeze first, could certainly stick around into the morning. So if you're planning on driving in the next, 12 to 18 hours, just please urge caution. The way that GDOT does this is they hit the interstates first, and they hit the arterials, which are kind of the main roadways. So think about Abercorn, think about the state highways, think about Victory Drive. Those areas will get it first. You typically don't see neighborhoods treated or smaller roads treated, the back roads. So something to keep in mind if you are planning your route. Try to stick to the main roads when you can. I know, my commute home, I try to take the interstate, but then I've got a couple back roads through, Pooler and Bloomingdale when I'm going home. And when I'm getting off work, I expect those to be a little dicey. So just something to be prepared for. Remind yourself, just take it slow when you're out driving, if you do have to drive. All right, one other reminder for you that we wanted to bring you is with these cold temperatures and cold weather, which will go through Monday, we should also note, families are always looking for ways to stay warm. The Burton Fire District says to make sure that if you use a space heater or another heating source, make sure it's 3 feet away from anything else in your home. You want to make sure that the heater is not near anything flammable like a blanket or clothes, and you don't want to put anything flammable on top of the space heater. Another thing that the department stresses is making sure that you don't plug the heater or heating source into an extension cord, and instead you want to plug it directly into a wall.
Well, the fire risks we're going to have are going to be people heating their homes. Like we said, plug in a space heater into an extension cord. The extension cords are not permanent wiring, so it's not designed to carry electricity like that.
And if you have any questions about possible fire dangers in your home, you can always give your local fire department a call. That's what they're there to help you with. I should note also space heater fires, something we've seen quite a bit of here at WTOC. A number of house and structure fires just in the last few weeks have all been started by space heaters, or at least half a dozen that we've written about here at WTOC. So be careful if you're planning to heat your home that way. Another thing we did want to mention is that with winter weather comes the potential of losing power. Fortunately, it's not as likely when you're seeing the powdery type snow versus the slushy snow. We're seeing the powdery snow fall right now. But you still want to make sure you're prepared. That could include having things like an emergency kit with batteries, flashlights, canned food, even a board game or two to keep the family occupied. And we spoke to the director of SEMA for more tips on how to stay prepared.
So we encourage people to have an emergency kit year-round. This is something that you can put into a Tupperware container, throw it in your closet. That way you have all the provisions of your family.
So some good reminders right there to keep you and your family prepared. And if you're looking for more resources, here's our website right now. I wanted to show you that we have your latest forecast. It's pinned to the homepage with what we're seeing right now. We also have these updates right here. They're on our Facebook page as well, if you'd rather watch that way. We also have a couple of lists on our website as well, looking at potential impacts with schools. We haven't seen any closures yet for Monday at least, but some weekend extracurriculars at a couple of local school districts have been impacted. Another thing I wanted to show y'all was this website right here with a list of warming shelters and resources. We've got a county-by-county breakdown on where you live, what shelters are open, and how long they're open. Another thing we wanted to note, the Chatham County Transportation Assistance is offering transportation for folks who may need to get to a warming shelter. So you can find more information about that right now on our website at WTOC.com. Before we wrap up our 3 o'clock update, we wanted to take you out to Hardeeville one more time to take a look at how snow continues to fall. This is just one of many areas. Again, we can show you the satellite and the radar temps right now at what exactly we're seeing. This is Dylan's graphic from a little bit earlier. But again, here's the live look, and we do have that video from Effingham as well I can pull up. just to show you some of the different snowfall across the area. I should also note that if you're getting video or pictures of the snowfall, you can always send that to our newsroom at news@WTOC.com, and we might just put it on either one of our newscasts or one of our Facebook streams as well. Would love to see what you're seeing out in different areas of the coastal empire and the low country. And with that, we are going to wrap things up here for our 3 o'clock snow update here on WTOC Plus and the WTOC Facebook page. We'll be back in 45 minutes to begin our continuous coverage of the snowfall. We've got crews out right now. They'll be joining us live every 15 minutes. We'll have a meteorologist joining us live as well throughout that continuous coverage on WTOC Plus and on the WTOC Facebook page. We'd like to thank you all for leaving your comments, just looking at a couple of them. Elaine says it's snowing off the courthouse in Guyton. Debbie says it's snowing in Springfield. Mix of moisture at Tybee, Sylvania, Hinesville. Yeah, so we're seeing snow all over the place. We appreciate you keeping us updated here on Facebook. And we've got crews out really all over the coastal empire as well as the low countries. We could see that feed out of Hardyville as well. So we'll have plenty more coverage coming up in just about 40 minutes on WTOC Plus and the WTOC Facebook page. I'd like to thank you all for watching.